Steve Eiserman rink at Nepean Sportsplex. We are set to go. Puck has been dropped, and Wildcats control the first possession. Mikel Cameron feeds it in to Brockway. That is played away by the 67s. That's back to the Wildcats, up to the blue line. Down deep. And Casey almost keeps that in. That's played by Mikel. And Casey and Cameron trying to keep that alive. Sturdivant now goes over to Adele O'Neill. She handles it, waits a second, and gets it up to Cameron. Cameron will dump it in, go for a change. All right, just adjusting our video feed here. Number 11, Fallon Molyneux dumps it in for the 67s. Noor in nets for the Wildcats tonight, gets her first touch. She goes behind the net for it. And now 67s being challenged on their way in. Brewer out to Clark, up to Bray. Bray to Shula. Shula handles across the red line, has that tapped away. She will try to follow it up. Bray taps it back to Shula. Shula in front, shot! Oh, saved and released. That's Sadie Clark with them tonight. And Bell in Milano Cortina at the Olympics, missing the game this evening for a good cause. Brewer now behind the net. She pins it, waits for help. Stance is in. Grace Stance coming for it. She picks it up, heads back to the right side boards, turns, and looks deep as Vivi and Brewer go for a quick change. That's out to the blue line. McDougall keeps that alive. And 67s now go behind their goalie and out towards the wing. That misses the mark. Sturdivant puts a shot on. That's saved. 67s recover, and out they go to the left side. So Wildcats, as I mentioned, missing Bell, also still Hannah Thompson with a concussion, is not in the lineup, I don't believe, and I think Wildcats are running 4D and 9 forwards tonight. Let's see if that is accurate, but yes, there's Hamill playing forward, so McKenna Hamill has moved up from D to forward, and Wildcats will stick with 3 lines of forward, 2 lines of D. All right, number 3 for the 67s in the corner. Challenged by O'Neill. She picks it up, goes around the way. That's going to be picked up by number 6. And now Mikel Cameron. Cameron heads down, off the boards, can't get it. They're going to have a partial break here, but in recovery is Nev Lafreniere to take that opportunity away from Tatum Silverson. Cameron, down the middle shot, and it's on net and saved. First whistle of the game. 11:40 is the time on the clock. And here come Bray, Shula, and Clark with Brewer and Lafreniere. We're going to get copyrighted here for our great music by Wade Brockway. 67s pick up the puck. Wildcats pinching. Clark battling. Shula picks it up. Shula under pressure. She knocks it back out to Bray. Bray ringette line. Back to Shula. She recovers it to the middle, but can't find Clark. That one goes to the middle, and again out to the neutral zone. Bray kicks that over to Lafreniere. 67s pick it up, but now Shula has it back. She'll lead it in. She handles, tries a shot. Can't get it quite to net. She's got shot on again. Bray picks it up off the rebound, feeds it up to O'Neill. She's challenged. And 67s recover the puck. O'Neill gets it back though. Dumps it in, and we'll get a change of the forwards for the Wildcats. There comes Hamill. She's first to it. 67s reverse to the right side, off the boards. Ooh, McDougall was there to take that away, but now Sturdivant gets that back to McDougall. McDougall shoots. That one's just wide and goes around behind the net. O'Neill trying to challenge Molyneux. Coming down. She shoots. Blocked by Sturdivant. Does not make it to Nord. But 67s recover the puck. All right, number 66. That's Brendan Cowan with a shot. Attempt, but that's over to the side. Stance challenging. And O'Neill heading down. O'Neill back out to Stance. Stance to the middle. McDougall being challenged by Kingsley. Silverson with the puck, puts that deep into the right corner, and that's going to be picked up by Cameron. And now Brewer. Brewer down in front of the benches. Cameron strides, drops it off. Casey's going to shoot it. Ooh, big save for the 67s. That's with number 3 in the middle and picked up by the Wildcats. Here comes Lafreniere battling for the puck in the corner. Cameron now back to Lafreniere. She goes deep to the right side and Brockway will pick it up. She gets it deep. Cameron back behind the net. Cameron on the move. Gets it back to the point to Lafreniere. She puts it towards the net. Clark knocks that one down. And gets it back to Cameron. Cameron back to Lafreniere, back to Cameron, and now onto the stick of the 67s. That's off the boards. And now back to Lafreniere. She feeds Clark. She's got a bit of space. Shot! Oh! It's a goal, they say. Sadie Clark gets the Wildcats on the board. 1-0. Lots of passing there by the Wildcats. Sure who was on the assist. This goal by Sadie Clark to put the Wildcats up 1-0. We got Mike, Kristen, Leah, the whole fam except Haley and Ty are in the house here, so good fan support as Clark puts it in the net. Alright, Gray and Shula join Clark now in at the forward spots, and we got Sturdivant and O'Neill on deep. 67s back it up to create some space. Sturdivant gets on it. She plays it ahead. Gray trying to get through. She keeps control enough to get it deep. Gets to Clark. Oops, didn't start the clock there. Steps up, doesn't get a piece, but now Sturdivant out to the wing. Shula has it. She gets it to Bray. Kylie Bray puts it off the boards. She'll head behind as 67s pick it up. 67s try to go through the middle. That one's deflected by Kenny. And O'Neill puts that just short of the blue line. Now we've got McDougall. Stance battling. O'Neill with the puck. She gets it over to Brewer. Brewer strides. Makes it over the blue line. 167 down. McDougall battling. She picks up the puck. And drops it back to Brewer. Brewer has to look for it. She gets it and sends it around. Oh, sorry, that's Kenny. That's not Brewer. And now Stance with the puck. She drops it back. That's to McDougall. She's got 2 67s on her. They are able to take the puck. Worked in, shot wide. And Brewer takes it back. She goes cross. Nice pass there to Hamill. She centers it. Oh, they can't quite get all of that shot, but a good opportunity there for the Wildcats. McDougall puts another one on net. That's saved. And Kenny winds up. She fires it hard. Back around to the right side. Brewer now strides. It's a streaking Casey, but she holds up. Gets it back to Lafreniere. Off the skate, and now back to Brewer. Brewer tries one. Stopped up. Ooh, almost had the stop and backhand there, but not quite. Not a lot of stoppages in this game so far here. Lots of rolling play. Brewer. Back hard for the puck. She gets it. Almost out, but that's tapped by the 67s. Cowan into the boards. And maybe that was offside. 5:23 to go in the first. 67s win the faceoff. They dump a long one in, right on net. Nora gets her first save, and O'Neill is going to play it around to Sturdivant. Sturdivant handling in the circle at the dot. Loses the handle, but able to control it on the pass. And now O'Neill in the corner. Casey and Brockway waiting. Nora saves, plays it out. 67s are behind. Sturdivant's in front. Ooh, that goes wide, and Cameron picks it up. Miguel Cameron on the move for the Wildcats. She gets by one, drops it to Casey. Backhand. Oh, tried by Brockway. She regains control, gets it back to Casey. Casey shoots. That's a save. And we got a whistle. Good passing work there by the Wildcats. All right, Bray, Clark, Shula. Bray hits it back and over to Brewer. That's up to Shula. Shula dangles, gets it back to Bray. Bray in the corner, up to Brewer. Brewer back to Shula. She's looking, gets by one. Shot, and that's a save. Bray ties it up. Shula skates in. She's got control of it in the corner. Vivian Shula through the circle, through the dot. She gets there, almost puts a slow roller on the net, but just knocked away by the 67s before she had a chance. Brewer working hard to get it back up. Shula with it now. 67s run off by Bray. Shula steps in to pick up the puck. They're battling. 67s win that one. But now Bray taps it deep. 67s around to their left side, and now back to the right. They're trying to break out and not able to. Sturdivant picks it up in front of the Wildcats bench. Ooh, however, 67s do a good job of blocking it. Bray's going to go behind the net now. She taps it out to Sadie Clark. Clark was going to Shula, but Shula's going for a change. And Bray can't quite pull it far enough. She got a little too much speed for her situation there. And now Katie McDougall skating with the puck. McDougall goes by, sees attacking center ice, now out to the left side. Gets through, backhand, saved. 67s. Across the blue, now the red. And missed the mark on that pass, picked off by Katie McDougall. McDougall's 1 on 3. She goes by 1. She's going to shoot it from long. Saved. Again, we're not good on the old time button today. We're going to have to reset that. 2:19 left in period 1. Brockway at the dog. Casey gets that deep to Cameron. Cameron and Casey back and forth. Kept alive by Lafreniere. Casey. Across to Cameron. Cameron keeping control of it. Trying to get it deep to Brockway, but 67's able to get a stick on it. 67s are going to dump that ahead. That's going to be icing all the way. That's a whistle. 1:32 left in the first, and back we come. Brockway wins it back. Cameron takes control of it. She puts it deep. Casey chasing it. She gets to it first. Back to Brewer at the point. Shot. Ooh, stopped up. It was wide. Lafreniere plays it deep. Now Brockway working her way in. Casey is checked, and that one goes deep. Brooke Brewer taking it all the way back behind Nora. She reverses it off to Lafreniere and back to Brewer. Brewer trying to pass it up. She gets it to Brockway. If she can keep it, she does. Brockway, ring-out line shot, saved. Recovered by Athena Casey. Casey below the hash marks. 67's now taking control, and Cowan heads down. She toe drags, shot, and Nora's got it. Gray at the face-off, wins that back to Sturdivant. Sturdivant off the boards to O'Neill. O'Neill having a look. Goes back to the left side. Out to Claire. Oh, Shula. Shula lifts it high. Gray chasing. And that one is offside, 60 seconds. I was a little quick on the draw there. 6 seconds left on the game clock. 67's win that draw. They dump it on net. Ooh, pad save by Nor. And that is going to be all she wrote for period 1. So Wildcats leading with the Clark goal 1-0 after 1. break the huddle. North skating. Down, down, down to the Zamboni side. And Wildcats ready to start the second. Here we go, puck is dropped. Game on. Lafreniere up to Hamill. She plays it to number 6 on the 67s now. 67s down the left side. Wildcats pick it back up. Off the board. Oops, sorry, that's a little far. Ooh! Shot tried and not taken. Stance towards the puck. McDougall taps it back to her, and now Stance heading down ice. Nice Stance. Stopped up by the 67s. She gets that deep though. And checking the puck, McDougall has it as it comes out of the offensive zone into the neutral zone. And it's somewhere under somebody's rear end, I think, or in equipment. There it is. Brockway takes the face off. Back to O'Neill over to Sturdivant and up to Brockway, then back to Renly Cowan up to 67s. Cowan stick checked, picked up again by the 67s, and now Athena Casey's got the puck. Casey goes around to Sturdivant. Sturdivant up to Cameron. Cameron just misses the mark on Casey, but she's able to get it. She goes back to Cameron. Cameron toe drags. Eep. Doesn't quite make it on the net. O'Neill, just off the skate of Casey and back to the 67s. Here comes number 77, Bertrand of the 67s. Cameron with the puck goes ahead to Casey. Casey will dump and change. Brockway on the forecheck, picks it back up. Oh, feeds it in front, but nobody's there. Brewer reaches back for it and then comes into the neutral zone. She'll dump it deep, and here goes Clark and Bray after the puck. 67's out the wing. They get it ahead, and Brooke Brewer picks it up. Again, she gets it to Shula. Shula ahead to Bray. Bray takes a long one. That's in the net. Oh my goodness. That one had eyes, I guess. Long shots by Kylie Bray, and we have our second goal of the game for the Wildcats. Time of the goal 12:27, official time 12:20 on their TV screen. Change that. And Wildcats take a 2-0 lead. You never know, you never know. That's why you shoot the puck. Alright, Clarkie gets it deep. Shula chasing. '67's up the left wing. They pass it just behind number 16, and that's picked up by Lafreniere. She gets it back to Shula. Shula fires wide. Brewer stepping up. Clark puts it deep. 67's around. McDougall back there causing some havoc, and Stance. And here comes Kenny to join the force. Alright, 67's ahead to number 16. Sturdivant picks that up. Not a clean pass. Taking Sturdivant around the back of the net. She's got two players on her. They get a stick check. Whoop. And shots just wide. Picked up by Hamill. Hamill goes out to McDougall. McDougall goes back to Hamill. She remembers she's playing forward. and gets back to that left wing spot. Here comes Katie McDougall. McDougall through the circle. Ooh, she's tripped up, and that's going to be a penalty. If Wildcats can keep control here, they can get the goalie out. They do not, and that's going to be a penalty against the 67s. Time of the penalty, 11:03. Tripping is the call. And Wildcats have their first power play of the game. Casey on the face-off, she controls. Gets it back to Brewer. Brewer back to Casey at the hash marks. Casey's got Shula low. Shula handling. She's got Cameron in front and Bray on the wing. Bray gets it to Cameron. She spins. Shot blocked. Gets it back. Shula recovers the puck. Shula back to Brewer. Up to Bray. Bray to Casey. Casey, almost sees one there. Brewer. Shot, save, rebound, Shula, another save. All right, Wildcats stick with the lineup here. Casey ties it up. Cameron to Shula. Shula to Casey. Casey up to Brewer. Brewer to Bray. Bray drags her over, gets it to Cameron. Casey now takes the middle spot. Bray looking. She goes below the net. Finds Brewer at the point. She gets to the middle. Shot into Shula's feet. She picks it up. Shot. Just high. Brewer recovers. Brewer drops to Bray. Bray back to Brewer. Low to Casey. She thinks about it. Thinks again. Backdoor to Bray. She just wasn't quite close enough. Cameron now coming around. Cameron back to Bray. Back to Brooke Brewer. Brewer back to Bray. 15 seconds to go in this penalty. Shula down to Brewer. Cameron was cutting. Shula. Shot and saved. All right, we're back to 5-on-5. Katie McDougall takes the face off, wins it over towards Hamill, and now stands in the corner trying to pick it up. Hamill challenging behind. O'Neill at the ringette line. That's up to Silverson. She takes on Sturdivant. Shot is on Tenor and saved. Katie McDougall picks it back up. She heads back towards the middle. Has her stick tap, but keeps control. Now 67s have it. They get back on side. Grace skates it in. Stance, heads low with it. She's got her head up, looking for options. Gets it to Sturdivant. That one squeaks into the neutral zone. They'll have to reset. Pass intended for Hannah Thompson ends up on the stick of Adele O'Neill. She goes out towards Sturdivant and up towards McKenna Hamill, and now Katie McDougall. That's tipped, so down it goes. 67's goalie steps out to play it. Now up they come. Silverson dumps it ahead. Lafreniere picks it up. Lafreniere back towards Sturdivant and Cameron. Cameron has it. She looks ahead. She's got Brockway if she can find her. She goes through the middle. 67's. Excuse me. Nice pass there to Cameron. She tries to turn the corner. She's low, sliding. Cameron back with it. Off of Casey. Casey back. Now Brockway skates onto it. 67s with it deep. They cross the ice. Be picked up by Brooke Brewer. And around she goes. She is checked by the 67s and they recover possession. Brockway lifts it up and over the left side to Cameron. Cameron gets it out of the zone. Looking ahead to Casey. They're battling. Casey, Cameron now with it. Oh, 67s. That's Cowan with it. She picks it up. Shot. And that one is in the net. 67s are on the board. That was an unfortunate turnover that's led to the goal. And now we got a ball game. 2-1 for the Wildcats. Clark, Sturdivant, and O'Neill. 67s control the face-off. Shula picks it back up. Shula shoots. Oh, saved and up in the air. That's recovered by 67s. They dump it ahead. Nice lead pass to number 14. She shoots side of the net. That one centered but picked up by Sturdivant. Now Clark taps it ahead. Shula forechecking. Gray with the puck. Gets it across to O'Neill. O'Neill up to Clark. Clark trying to hit Shula. Just missed the mark on that one. Cowan gets by Gray. She gets by Sturdivant. Shot. That was saved on the second effort by the Wildcats to prevent the goal. Brockway controls it, but it's over to Cowan. Number 6 takes a shot. That's deflected and over into the corner. That's now behind the net. Up to number 6. That's picked up by Cowan in the slot. Shot saved. McDougall racing for it. 67's control. Now Brewer first to it. She gets it to Stance. Great Stance to McDougall. McDougall hard back at Stance. Stance. Hamill back towards Stance. Oh, we haven't started the clock. Oops. McDougall heading down. Shot. Saved and controlled. Clark trying for it, but 67 is able to pick it up. Wildcats heading in it to Brockway. She tries to control Casey now with the puck. Thea Casey gets it back to Sturdivant. Kalea stopped up by Casey. She controls it. Heads down. Oh, fires it across the Brockway. Almost on the backdoor effort there. Sturdivant keeping it in, and Brockway picks it up. Brockway goes over to Casey. Casey at the hash mark. She's under pressure, gets it to Sturdivant. Sturdivant, long one, knocked down by Brockway, over towards Cameron. Cameron trying to keep it alive. Hannah Thompson of the 67s and Cameron battling at the hash marks, and puck now back behind the 67s goals. With Cameron. She heads in, handles. She's got 67s everywhere, but shot just wide is at least attempted. Clark, back to left near. Tatum Silverson takes on Sturdivant, and now stripped from behind by Lafreniere. She had Nancy to Shula. Shula, can't keep control of it there. Bray trying to get it back. Gets it towards Lafreniere. That's popped out. They'll have to hustle. There goes Brewer to keep it alive for the Wildcats. Bray behind the net. Out to Shula. Shula, just ahead of Clark. Good idea there. 2-minute mark in the second period. Brewer to Shula. Shula ahead to Clark. Sadie Clark trying to get to the net. That's ahead. Shula. Bray! Oh, there we go. That's another goal for the Wildcats. Kylie Bray puts it in off of the solid effort by Clark and Shula up ahead. And Brewer, that was a team effort as they go up 3-1. Puck won by the Wildcats. Back to Sturdivant. She crosses the red line. Puts it in deep. Here's Grace Stance after it. Stance challenging. Gets it back to McDougall. McDougall through the circle as she does. Shot tried. Just blocked. And Stance recovers. Stance back into the corner. That's going to be picked up by the 67s, and they'll go back to the left-hand side. Tapped into the neutral zone by 11, and Wildcats recover. Sturdivant with it. She goes off the boards. 367s there to pick it up, and they will dump it deep. Odell O'Neill back behind Moore. She's welcomed to the boards by number 11. And ahead the puck goes, and back to 17 of the 67s. Sturdivant. Stance holding. 67s tap it away. They get to their ringette line. Try to drag it. No thank you, says O'Neill. Sturdivant hustling for it. Picks it up below the line. She goes out to Stance. She tries to get it out, but that's locked down by the 67s. And now that one is going to be icing. Seconds to go in the period. Wildcats win the face-off. Around comes Brewer, 67s, try to center it. That's back to Casey, and that is all she wrote. On period 2, we will reset to period 3. This is a playdown game, so it will be 18 minutes on the clock for the third period. Wildcats break the huddle, and here we go for the third period. Everybody's ready. Period 3 has begun. Lafreniere puts it into the neutral zone. 67's battling back for control. Cameron comes up with the puck. She turns on the speed, tries to get through. 67's able to stop that, and that's dumped deep by number 19. Lafreniere off the boards, gets it back on the second effort. Brockway over to Casey. Casey will dump it in, and Cameron forechecking. Gray gets a stick on that, keeps it alive. Knocks it deep, and she'll chase again as the rest of the line gets a change. That one's off the boards, and Delarue picks it up. Adele O'Neill up to Clark. Clarkie across to Shula. She tries to pick it forward. Sturdivant recovers. And now Bray heading to the boards. Clark picks it up, gets it to Bray. She goes back to Clark. And Clarkie with it again. She's works it back to Shula. Gets it to Bray. Now back to Sturdivant. Sturdivant through. Shula! Ooh, saved. Controlled by the 67s. They get it to number 26, Hannah Thompson. That's now, resumed in. Around the horn to Shula. Shula has Clark ahead of her. She finds her. Her stick just gets caught in her skates, and they'll head back. 67s now over the blue line, now the red. Skating the 67s off the puck there. That's over towards Katie McDougall. McDougall battling just below the ringette line. She takes it back deep to look for some space. A little screen by O'Neill, and McDougall gets it up to Stance. Stance crosses the blue line. She has her head up. She's looking. A couple of checks there. She keeps the puck alive. I was going to say ball. Up to Lafreniere at the blue line. Keeps it in. Gets it over to Brewer deep, and Stance with it, reverses to McDougall. McDougal deep. Kenny going for it. Brewer centers. Ooh, to Hamill. Almost a shot attempt there. Stance covering up. She's now at the ringette line. She's going to try one. No, she's not. Now it's back behind the net. She drops it off. McDougal picks it up. Katie McDougal. Point to Brewer. Brewer fires. Rebound out. Cleared by the 67s. That puck goes deep to Lafreniere, and everybody stretching the ice. 67s go D to D and up the middle, but miss the mark. That one is an icing. Bray ties it up. Casey skates in and tries one. Bray shot off the side of the net. Takes the exit attempt away. Cameron through the middle. That's back. Casey with it now. She's checked by the 67s and recovered by Sturdivant in the neutral zone. Sturdivant to Cameron. Ooh, off the boards. Bray checks that. Gets it back to Sturdivant. Sturdivant around the way to Casey and O'Neill. And now Bray will rim it around in front of the net. That is kept in. Ooh, chance by Cameron. Almost. She might have had a little room there had she been able to pick it up. Bray knocks that away. That's back now to the 67's number 3. She'll dump it deep. Sturdivant heading back to pick it up. Tegan Sturdivant tries to pull it now. She gets it out to Cameron. Mikhail Cameron with the puck. Finds Casey just ahead of the center circle. Athena Casey is going to control it. Waiting for help here. Waiting. Drops it to Shula. Lafreniere now behind the net. She plays it back around to McDougal. McDougal keeps it, gives it to Shula. Shula winds up, fakes the slapper. Back, shot is off and saved. 1, 2, 3, 4 left on the clock. Face off in the Wildcats offensive zone. McDougal at the draw. That one's controlled by the 67s. Out the wing they come. Try to go through the middle. That's batted away by McDougal. And now here comes the Wildcats to challenge. That one out to 67's Hannah Thompson, but broken up by Brewer and now McDougal. Out to Shula. Shula gets it towards McDougal. 67's trying to work towards the net. McDougal challenging. McDougal gets it to Clark. Clark back to McDougal. Katie McDougal down the right side. She's got Shula skating with her. Clark skating with her. She keeps it. Waits, gets it to Clark. Clark to the dot. Shot is on. Saved and rebound. Shula. 4-1 Wildcats. Okay, Stance and Hamill with O'Neill and Sturdivant out there now. Penny working along the board. 67s pick it back up. They try to go through the circle. McKenna picks it back up. She gets it towards the blue line, runs into a pile of snow, slows down in front of the bench, but now they're out of the zone. 67s take it deep, and Hamill's going to pick it up. She plays it in. 67's able to stop that with her feet. They get it around the way, and now to the left-hand side. Drop it back. To the red line, and back to Sturdivant. Sturdivant taps it, trying to get it to Hamill. Again runs into that pile of snow. O'Neill challenging. They get it back to McKenna Hamill. Hamill dumps it down. That is no ice, says the ref. Fully out to play it. And 67's coming down the left side. They dump it deep. Left from there. First to it. She reverses to Brewer. Brewer. Up. To Brockway to Casey. Back to Brockway. Oh, almost. Oh! Oh, jeez. Claire Brockway hard into the boards there. Hopefully she's okay. Slow to get up, but she does get up. With Brewer. Brockway's looking for a pass. She must be okay enough for the moment, but that's gotta hurt. Sevens get by one. Brewer challenges. That shot's wide. Around to Avery May. Brewer picks it back up. Challenged by Silverson. That's kept in by number 6. She puts it on net. Another save for Brooklyn North. Lafreniere challenging. That played deep by May and picked up by Cameron. She plays it off the boards and goes around not one but two 67s. But the third teammate in to help. Raquel not able to pick it up. Ray with the puck. Off the boards to herself. Shot. Saved. Clark to the point to Sturdivant, back to Clark. Ooh, that jumps over her stick, and that next one jumps into the neutral zone. Sturdivant hustles back to get it, picked up by Shula, dropped to Bray in the center. Bray gets it to Shula. Shula drags past one, gets it to the center. 67s recover. Back to Adele O'Neill with 8 minutes remaining in the third period. O'Neill to Shula. Shula handling. She skates it in. 67's cleared to the neutral zone. Picked back up by Sadie Clark. Clark over to Brewer. Brewer off the boards up to Katie McDougall. She has her puck stopped by the ref. Fortunate. Stance now into help battle, as is McKenna Hamill. Wildcats come up with it after all that and are able to dump deep. Stance challenging behind the net. Off the boards and to Lafreniere. Lafreniere gets it to Stance. Stance is going to try one just wide. Couldn't quite get all of that puck. It's rolling or bouncing a little bit. Stance in the corner now. McDougall. Up to Brewer. She stops. Hits one. Saved. Over the corner to Hamill. Sevens are able to pick back up the puck. Here they come over the red line. They're going to dump that deep. And Wildcats left right near, rims it back around to Brewer. Brewer stops, turns. Woo! Loses her footing. Shot. Big save. Rebound. Wide. And puck is cleared to the boards by the Wildcats. May puts it back, but McDougall recovers it, and she goes out towards McKenna Hamill. Oh, Hamill loses her footing. There, tripped perhaps. Now number 14, poke checked by O'Neill. May, blocked by Bray. Casey. Cameron, that's on net, saved. Good clear by the 67's goalie. Casey trying to get in on that. Bray trying to keep it alive. She takes a swing at it, can't keep it in. Cameron with them. Now 67's have the puck there. Now 2, now 3. Oh, nice chop down, keeps it alive. Headman pass from Bray to Cameron. Saved, and the net is off. McDougall in for the face-off with Shula and Clark. Mixing up the centers here with the other forwards. Get a different look. Shula shoots. Rebound. Clark tries and covered up. Puck kept alive by McDougall. She skates to the center. Off the boards and deep behind the net. Shula chasing. Vivi and Shula gets it to Sadie Clark. Back to O'Neill at the end logo. She shoots just wide to the left of the net. Dougal battling for control, gets it to Shula. Shula below the line now. Drops it to Clark. Clark battling. 67's get a stick on it. They get it out. Kept in by Sturdivant. And the help by the snow in front of the bench. 67's go off the boards. O'Neill's going to get to that before it reaches the icing mark. And reverses it back. Kingsley across the middle to number 3. Shot saved by Nor. That's to the middle, and Vivian Shula picks it up. Shula heading down. 1-on-3 at the moment as she waits for reinforcements. Wildcats. Shot saved. Stance gets it up. Brewer to Bray. Oops, she tries to pull it through. Not able to. Oops. Stance behind the net now. Stance has got the puck. She circles and Logo thinks about it. Tries a shot. That's just blocked down. McKenna Hamill will pick it up behind the net. Oops, she just misses the mark on the pass to the blue line, and Nev Lafreniere will skate all the way down to pick it up. She gets it to Brewer. Brewer to Stance. Stance. Whoop. Comes back to the middle. 67s keep it in the zone. They go across in front of the Wildcats bench. Shot. Save. Rebound. Big save by Brooke Good job by Noor to close the door. Hamill takes a swing at it. Second effort gets it out. Ref a little bit in the way there. Kenny skating after it. Bray working the stick to see if she can get it. Silverson. Oh, high shot. Off the shoulder and over the top. 2 minutes remaining in the third period. Wildcats get it out of the zone. They'll try to go for a change here. Hurry up as the 67s. Skated in. Avery May tries another shot. That one's saved by Noor. Off to the corner to Katie McDougall. McDougall handles once. Drops it to O'Neill. She gets it to Casey and then McDougall. McDougall shot. That one is saved and we got face-off coming. McDougall wins the face-off back to Sturdivant. She skates it below the line. Looks for Cameron. Cameron back up. Casey now battling for it along the boards. She gets it. Athena Casey drops it to Sturdivant. She takes a long one. Shot is on and saved. Draws it over to Casey. She now heads to the boards to battle. Around by the 67s. They'll look up the left side. O'Neill keeping alive. Now McDougall back. And she sees a seam. Heads up. Gets it just ahead of Casey's stick. Can't quite recover it. And around to 67s. Wildcats back in the neutral zone. McDougall with it. She will get it on net. Saved. Under 30 seconds to go now in the third period. 67s in the dot. Oh, Bray tries to stop that with her feet. Misses the mark. Sturdivant to Cameron. Bray handles. Tries a shot. Just short. Off the side of the net. Shula takes the puck back and she'll head down. Shula, as the puck runs out, Wildcats win this Playdown matchup with a score of 4-1. We will see you next time, Wildcats fans.